White woman calls police on black adopted teen in parking lot speechless when his mother arrives. Put your hands where I can see them. The command cut through the still air of the quiet grocery lot, sharp and commanding. 14-year-old Malik's breath caught in his throat as his backpack slid down his arm. A woman in a spotless white Lexus leaned out of her window, clutching her iPhone tightly. Yes. 911? There's an unfamiliar black teenager loitering near parked vehicles. I think he's trying to break in. Malik's heart pounded. He had only been standing in the spot where his mom picked him up every Wednesday after basketball practice. But what followed in the next 7 minutes would turn everything upside down. Red and blue lights, flashing accusations, and then a truth no one in that parking lot was prepared for. The woman who made the call, Karen Mitchell, would never have guessed who was about to arrive. Malik had been part of the Harrison family since age 6. His mother, supervisory FBI agent Danielle Harrison, had taught him how to survive a world that often saw his skin before his story. But today Malik was just a kid waiting with a duffel bag and sneakers still dusty from the court. Karen had been watching him suspiciously ever since he paced near the row of SUVs. When he knelt to retie his shoelace, she stepped out of her car and yelled, "Stay right there! The police are on their way." Malik's hands trembled. He remembered what his mother had drilled into him. Stay calm, stay still, stay safe. The first officer pulled in, approaching with a cautious stride and one hand near his belt. Karen crossed her arms tightly. "I saw him trying handles. He was casing cars." Malik's voice cracked. "I wasn't touching anything. I'm just waiting for my ride." "Yeah, right," Karen muttered. A second police car pulled in. More questions, more scrutiny. Malik's palms started to sweat. Then, just as a third officer stepped out of his car, a black government-issued Chevrolet Tahoe roared into the lot. The door slammed, and a tall woman in a navy pantsuit marched forward, her FBI credentials swinging from her neck. "Danielle Harrison, Federal Bureau of Investigation," she declared, eyes blazing. "Why are you surrounding my son?" Silence. Karen took a half-step back. "He looked suspicious," she murmured. Agent Harrison's tone could slice through concrete. "You called law enforcement on a child standing still in a public space. That's not suspicion. That's profiling." The officers, recognizing the weight of who they were speaking to, shifted awkwardly. "Ma'am, we were just following up on a call." "I know exactly what you were doing," Harrison snapped. She then looked Karen squarely in the eyes. "Filing a false report is a criminal offense. You're lucky I don't pursue charges." Karen stammered but said nothing. Malik, shoulders finally relaxing, felt his mother's hand find his. "You all right, baby?" she asked quietly. He nodded, but his eyes were glassy. As they walked away, the officers stepped aside like soldiers parting for a general. Karen stood frozen, her expression unreadable, watching mother and son walk away. She didn't see a suspect anymore. She saw power. And it silenced her more than any badge could. If this story moved you, hit the like button and drop a "justice" in the comments. For more moments where truth and strength shine through, tap into our playlist on screen, because sometimes all it takes is one voice, and one mother who refuses to stay silent.